For real, do you get the thing where sometimes do you get the thing where something good happens, but the next day something bad happens, and then your brain only properly writes the bad one? Bro, facts. This was actually an article about it years ago in a science magazine. Yeah, you know, to that point too, have you ever heard the term or the expression how it ended was how it was? When I heard this statement of how it ended was how it was, because people often remember how things end, and then however it ended was how it colors their entire experience. For example, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends. For example, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends where, like, you could have had, like, for the most part, a really good relationship. But inevitably, the last, you know, I don't know, year, 6 months, or whenever it starts going boom, like, it could be bad, like, really bad. And, like, you could have grew as a person, and you could have had these really great experiences, and you could have learned a bunch of stuff with this person. But just because the breakup was terrible, last 2-3 months, the year, or whatever was terrible, and it ended terrible, now everything that you remember about that relationship was chalked. It's terrible, right? Or could you be having, like, on the flip side, think of, like, a really tilting, terrible game. Everything is just going wrong. People are just, like, griefing. People are chatting. Like, it's just, like, get me out of this game. You know, this game is unsavable. I should just focus and move on to the next one. You know, that kind of game. But then, like, in one last team fight, in one last turn of events, maybe if you're playing Valorant, like, 8 rounds are crazy, or, like, you finally get those cards you needed in TFT, and, like, you win the game, or, like, you smash, or, like, you carry everybody over the finish line, and it's a dub, and you're like, woo, that was insane! It ended so well, that means it was great! You know, it's so funny because, like, it may have not actually been great, but because how it ended, that recency bias, that's how it was. You know? So it's just really interesting. I bring up these stories and these points to, like, just highlight that your brain will play tricks on you, and it's really weird.